Pokémon Emerald, Generation 3's enhanced versions of Pokémon Ruby and Sapphire. Also, my favorite generation of Pokémon games. Fun fact, the location of the Generation 3 games, Hoenn, is actually based off of a real island in Japan, the southern island, Kyushu. That's also where my dad's side of the family is from. Guess it was fated for me to enjoy this generation. Growing up with the Pokemon games all my life, it was actually Pokemon Sapphire that I've put the most hours in prior to the modern Pokemon games. I played it on my Game Boy Advance SP going to school, during recess, waiting to get picked up after school, the long road trips in the back of the car, throughout my mom's breast cancer treatment, and the years after when she beat her breast cancer diagnosis. It's gotten me through the quiet times in between to one of the most scariest times in my childhood. If you want to hear more about the story about my Pokemon journey and my mom's breast cancer diagnosis, check out this playlist here. Pokemon Sapphire's mascot is KYOGRE. However, there was something inexplicably cool about Rayquaza. When I was younger, you would be told by the older kids that there was some legendary available to capture that wasn't the mascot of your Pokemon cartridge. It was located in Sky Pillar via Sotopolis City, and getting frustrated at the puzzle section in typical Pokemon fashion, you knew as a kid there was something worth it at the end. Lo and behold, there he is, a green dragon snake thing. It would be 20 years later, in March of 2023, where my paths with Rayquaza crossed once again. I was getting back into Pokemon, and in between the queues of a game I was playing, I would do Dynamax Adventures and Pokemon Shield's DLC. In Dynamax Adventures, you play through these procedurally generated taverns of various Pokemons until you reach your target legendary Pokemon. At the time of its release, that was the only way to catch those legendaries in their shiny forms. After 33 attempts, I caught a shiny Rayquaza in a Beast Ball. Fun fact about those Dynamax Adventures, any Pokemon caught there is 100% catch rate, so try and catch a Pokemon in a cool Pokeball if you can. At this point, you might be asking yourself, well, Yoshi, you caught the shiny Rayquaza already, but when I checked the video's description, there's a lot more chapters in it. What else is there to the video? First off, while y'all are down there in the description, please like and subscribe to my channel. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. It'd be really awesome if we can hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of November. Who knows, maybe we'll hold a giveaway when we reach 1,000 subscribers. Secondly, have we caught the shiny Rayquaza in the original game yet? Well, yes, we did a couple of times actually. But what about in a luxury ball? Look at shiny Rayquaza. It matches the ball so well, so we have to catch it in a luxury ball. This is the story of how we got a shiny Rayquaza in a luxury ball in Pokemon Emerald. We're going to be treading some familiar waters here, so I'll be taking some explanations from my previous video catching shiny Deoxys in a luxury ball. And yes, I've captured a Deoxys in a luxury ball as well. Check it out here if you want to see that hunt. Okay, more on the luxury ball and how to attain it. Making its debut in Generation 3, this ball actually has the same catch rate as a regular Pokeball. The only other feature is that it makes Pokemon caught in the ball more friendlier to you. If you're talking about games beyond Generation 3, getting the luxury ball is pretty easy and doesn't require a lot of effort. However, probably like me and are creating another save file in Pokemon Emerald or any other Gen 3 game in classic Pokemon fashion, obtaining anything scarce like a luxury ball in the mainline games are pretty quirky. You either have to load your Pokemon with Pokeblocks and win the Master Rank contest, or head over to the abandoned ship on Route 108, do a quirky puzzle, and you can get it there. Great, now to get more than one luxury ball. Because we are in Pokemon Emerald version of the game, there is a cloning glitch that is accessible in the post-game, the Battle Tower Pokemon cloning glitch. There are plenty of guides on YouTube, so check them out. Next, how do we get to the point in the game where we can hunt a Rayquaza? He's available to capture right after you finish the Sotopolis event, in which you stop the fight between KYOGRE and GROUDON. You don't even need to beat the Elite Four for this legendary. You would also need the match bike as well. Once you've fallen through enough craters and beat the puzzle, you'll finally reach Rayquaza at the top. Make sure you save before the encounter. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, Yoshi, I've seen you actually capture those shiny Rayquazas in the past. How are you able to encounter it once again? Enter GB Operator. As a Gen 3 and old Pokemon game enjoyer, There are plenty of ways to back up and preserve your save files. If you're serious about shiny hunting in the old games like I am, this is pretty much a standard. In my shiny Nuzlocke playthrough, I backed up my saves at various legendary Pokemon encounter locations because I knew deep down I wanted to revisit those Pokemon and catch their shinies in quirky ways. Well, with all the necessary prerequisites checked off, let's do some math on the odds catching with the Luxury Ball. Remember when I said the Luxury Ball is similar to the Pokeball? That goes for the catch rates as well. A full health Rayquaza at level 70 with no status effect will have a 0.416% chance to be caught in a Luxury Ball. Thanks to the resources on Dragonfly Cave, there's a calculator that breaks it down. So to get the best odds as possible, we'd want a Deoxys to be in the red and have a status condition, increasing your odds to 1.598%, which means you have at least a 50% chance of catching it within 44 balls, and at least 95% chance of catching it within 186 balls. Yeah, kind of insane odds. Okay, now we're ready for the hunt. To expedite this process, we're bringing back RNG Manipulation. If you want to break down on RNG Manipulation, please watch Blissey or Hefe's videos on the topic. They both can explain it better than me. All of the resources can be found in the video description below. After 11 attempts, my Rayquaza shined. Okay, now we gotta set up. Okay, so I totally forgot about the matching. That's a-okay. I also duplicated a lot of items besides luxury balls, so we came prepared for this fight. So I'll heal up my... Oh, okay, well, we forgot about confusion. Okay, that's not good. At this moment, I was kind of freaking out. Now we're in a situation where not only do we need to prevent him from KOing himself, but the confusion can harm him. So we'll try to put him to sleep as fast as possible. Good lord. Okay, so now it was a fight between preventing Rayquaza confusing itself. We want to put it to sleep and try to get as much luxury balls in as possible. Thankfully, Rayquaza decided to fly up, so that would give us an opportunity to swap over to our Gardevoir with Hypnosis. After one miss, we were able to put Rayquaza back to sleep. So now we're back in position to try and catch Rayquaza. Yeah, and this entire time, I was very nervous. I didn't want Rayquaza to end itself. I was Hail Marying luxury balls towards Rayquaza until... Hot damn, only 9 luxury balls. For reference, it took us 81 luxury ball attempts for our Deoxys. I'm going to keep this Rayquaza in Gen 3 for now. I'm planning on doing some ribbon challenges on these Gen 3 goobers, so I'm adding this guy to the list. Recently, I've been getting into Pokemon TCG. Besides getting addicted to the TCG Pocket, I'm buying other people's collections and getting a lot of used cards on the cheap. One of the auctions I won recently had the Jumbo Shiny Rayquaza card on there, so it's no surprise that this was totally an influence on this video and catching a shiny Rayquaza in the luxury ball. It was also inspiration to the alternative thumbnail for today's video. Let me know which thumbnail you got served in the comment section below. That's it for the video. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment on the video. Be good to yourselves, and I will see you all when I see you.